I done hit the button, and there's our man right there, Chuck. Chuck, what's good, bro?
Salute,
Chuck
gentlemen.
chill
How
out,
y'all
what's good
doing?
with you, baby?
I'm good,
So,
gentlemen.
so,
Mm-hmm.
everybody watching, thank y'all for being patient with us. I know I'm a day and an hour behind. It's just some things
Mm-hmm.
happening behind the scenes that kind of pushed our schedules back, and so
Mm-hmm.
I hope y'all will accept our apology for that. But tonight we're gonna get into these kung fu flicks, right? And so instead of over moderating in this scenario here, and like instead of over moderating it, I just want to do like a free flow conversation. What I'm going to ask though, just for the sake that so everybody can get in where they fit in. If somebody talking, don't necessarily don't cut in, don't cut them off and interject. Just let them finish, because you know what I'm saying. Because we
Mm-hmm.
got plenty of time. You know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So if
For
like
sure.
somebody just chopping it up, just let them rock, and then that way we can kind of get the full experience of where they coming from. And so what
No
I'll
fault.
do is I'm gonna start just real quick with a small experience, and then if y'all can add y'all experiences, man, listen, I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm gonna start with is I remember being a shorty, probably about 6 years old, walking with my grandmother. We used to call her mother. We was downtown in on Journal Square at the square,
Mm-hmm.
and we walked by this store, and they had a mannequin. They had a mannequin in the window with the karate outfit on, with the belt tied around his waist, and he had his foot in the air like he was doing that kick.
Ooh,
You know, so y'all know what I'm talking about, like he
I know
like
what you're
like he
talking
do
about.
doing the front kick. And then in the front of the stores, they had this thing called, and I know y'all ain't never heard of this, right? I know y'all ain't never heard of this, but they had these 5-sided metal things called ninja stars
Oh
in one
man, come
case,
on,
and
dog,
then
man.
in the case next to it, they had these things where it had like a hand, like two handles and a chain connecting them, and they call them nunchucks. And then in another case, they had this short sword, right? It was like this short sword is like this long, bro. You pull it out the sheath,
Mm-hmm.
and it used to
Mm-hmm.
make the noise every time you pull it out. It'd be like shing.
See?
Yeah,
Yep.
like when you pull it out. And so I begged my grandmother, bro, and she tore my ass up, bro. I threw a
Mm-hmm.
tantrum. And
Mm-hmm.
and and listen, so this is like 19, I'm gonna say 75. So this is like 1975, right?
Mm-hmm.
The sword cost $10. Now I'm gonna tell you something, bro.
Mm-hmm.
$10 back in the day. DSJ, where you at? DSJ was on the panel and then he
Yeah,
disappeared.
what happened? Where you
DSJ, what's
went, homeboy?
happening? Yeah, but yo, the thing costs $10, right? And you could buy the entire set. You could get 3 ninja stars, a nunchucks, and a sword for $15. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
And
you talking the real.
this is like 75, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is
Mm-hmm.
like 1975. $15. You could get the little samurai, the half samurai sword, and the nunchucks and ninja stars for $15.
Mm-hmm.
Man, bro, you talking about throwing the biggest tantrum? My grandmother cut my motherfucking ass. I mean, I had it, Chuck. I had a tantrum, so I embarrassed her. You know how back in the day, your parents used to be like, "You better, hey, well, go in here. You better not ask me for shit.
Yep.
You better not act
Mm-hmm.
it, or you better." And I was like, "Mother, I ain't gonna act up. I'm a grown man. This me. I'm 7. I'm a grown man. I'm protecting you. You talk about me cutting up. I ain't gonna cut up. I'm grown. Shit. I'm 7. You know what I'm saying?" Chuck, I saw that damn set, bro. I fell out, bro. Oh, mother, I gotta have it. And then the thing is, I got a little brother, right? So if I buy it for him, if she buy me, I'm sorry, if she buy it for me, that means she got to buy it for him too. And then my little
Facts.
sister right there. So now mother might spend $50 unexpected. In the 70s, bro. Ain't no black parents spending no $50 on no toys. Is you crazy? We used to have to put y'all remember the quarter water? You know what I'm saying?
Quarter waters.
The little juice
Yeah.
container. That used to be our football. We used to put some rocks in there and stuff some potato chip bags in there,
and throw that thing around.
and we'll play with it all day, right? But I'm asking mother to buy me a set of they was toys, but they was dangerous toys. But it's okay. Back in the day, you could play with knives and sharp objects and ninja stars because you know what I'm saying. It ain't like now where everything is fake. Back then, I could throw a ninja star at my friend and I wouldn't kill him. I knew how to throw it. Right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, Chuck, you remember that? You used to play with them dangerous ass toys. You know what I'm saying? You remember the Tonka truck used to have the sharp edges on it?
Hey, and that's when the Tonka trucks were real metal. I mean, hard, just straight. They were built Tonka tough.
Yeah,
Tonka tough. Oh, snap! That's Soul Finger.
Yeah, man. Soul Finger. What I was telling them.
What's happening, fellas?
Salute, Captain. My bad, bro.
So what I was telling everybody is everybody gonna have their own thing to say. So what I was gonna ask everybody is just let everybody rock until they finish, and then that way we can all jump in or whatever. Because when it comes to this karate flicks and martial arts, bro, this is everybody got their own experiences. So I was telling them, I was starting off by telling them how I fucked around and got my ass cut by my grandmother because I fell out and had a tantrum. Had a tantrum because I wanted that karate set. And then so what happened is, so I didn't get it, but I did get my ass cut like 4 times that day. I got my butt cut there. Went home. She tore my butt up again. She told my mother I got my butt cut again, and my mother told my father, and I got another butt cut.
So instead of you being the kid with the golden arms, you was the kid with the red ass.
Pretty much. We made a movie about that, bro. Right? But they mess around and put me on punishment for like a day. Like, no, you can't go outside today. You are down here acting up. But that day, I turned the TV on, right? And messed around, and Channel 5 started showing karate flicks.
Ooh. WPI, I mean WF Fox.
Yeah.
WWFOX. Yep.
Bro, I'm gonna just say this, bro.
WNYE.
Yeah, that was it before it was Fox. Yeah.
WNYE.
Yeah. No, WNEW.
Yeah,
Fox,
NEW.
WNEW,
right.
Yeah.
Yep. You're right.
And so I messed around, and watched a karate flick for the first time, bro.
Changed your life, didn't it?
It changed my life. My mother asked me, "You ain't want to go outside? All them boys outside playing?" No, I'm good.
Not today.
You know what I'm saying? Chuck, I messed around and went outside later on that day. It was about 7. Because back then you can only, you got to be inside before it get dark. I mean, it was Jersey City now. I mean, let's not act like this was Beverly Hills. This was the hood, right? So I go outside about 7 o'clock, and they outside, boxing, but they talking about Muhammad Ali, and I'm like, Muhammad Ali, okay, you ain't never heard of Bruce Lee? And they was like, who is Bruce Lee? And boy,
off the chain.
Oh boy! Now I just wanted to throw that in there just to lay down like some groundwork. Anybody else got they got to experience like the first time they saw karate flicks?
Oh, I'm gonna jump on right now. The first karate flick that I ever saw was the Chinese Connection. The Chinese Connection with Bruce Lee. It was not. Bruce Lee was my dude. And then when I started watching Jim Kelly and watching Jim Kelly, I'm like, we know. And then I was watching Dolomite behind that. I'm watching Rudy Ray Moore. Bruh, I love karate. I ain't gonna front. You laughing. Y'all laughing. But Rudy Ray Moore was like the pinnacle to me of black. They want to say black exploitation or something like that. But it wasn't. It was actually reality because you knew people of that stature. You knew uncles. You knew cousins, and you knew brothers and sisters that was actually doing that stuff. And with the Black Power movement that was going on at that time, if you want to try to intertwine that. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful time. And we went to karate classes. We actually, me and my sisters and my brothers and them, we went to karate classes because of that, because we was infatuated with what they was doing on television. Rest in peace, Jim Kelly and stuff like that. Rest in peace, Rudy Ray Moore and Bruce Lee as well. I mean, you talking about what's the white boy name? I mean, I don't want to say that like that.
Talking about Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris. There you go, so.
Yeah.
There you go, Soul Finger. Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris was a bad dude. Don't play. They used to play his movies all the time on WPIX on Channel 11. Uh, um, what was that called? Revenge of the something in the death
Who?
of
Chuck
something.
Norris?
Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris. Yes, yeah. Chuck Norris.
I mean, I know he got a movie called, I think it was like The Octagon.
Yeah, the
The
Octagon.
Octagon.
That was one
Yes.
of his movies.
Octagon,
And
and then he
that,
had Silent Rage,
Right.
Silent
Lone
Rage.
Wolf,
Yo, that was a fat movie.
Lone Wolf McQuade.
Mm-hmm.
and Good Guys Wear Black.
Good Guys Wear Black. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And so, thank you, CL, and thank you also, and whatnot. But back in the day, I remember as a kid, I used to watch these movies. I was very infatuated with these movies and whatnot. Rum Run Shaw, right? Rum Run Shaw, y'all.
Hey, whoo, man, preach.
The Shaw Brothers.
Yeah.
The Shaw Brothers, but
Shaw
Rum Run
Brothers, man.
Shaw
Yes.
particularly. Rum Run Shaw particularly with the Five Deadly Venoms, with the Kid with the Golden Arms, Super Ninjas,
Silent Super Ninjas.
the Guillotine, the
Flying
Killer
Guillotine.
Guillotine. Yeah, man. Master Killers. I mean, White Locust,
Yeah, Shaolin Super Ninjas.
Solid Super Ninjas, my dude.
The
Drunken
Cripple
Master.
Avengers. Yeah, the Cripple Avengers.
The Cripple Avengers. When he opened up his stomach, when he opened up Homeboy's stomach, and you seen that gut, I was like, oh my God, I'm too young to see this. I'm too young to see this.
Right.
But I remember that. I remember all that stuff, dog. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I watch it to this day because you know why? It keeps me grounded to a certain degree. And whatnot. It keeps me grounded. But them karate flicks are so. What was that movie? Y'all. Okay, the Kid with the Golden Arms. Yeah, the Kid with the Golden Arms. When they try to hunt his homeboy. They try to lock him up and they try to do all that. And he was a terror. He was a terror. You couldn't mess with that man's arms. That was his style. That's what he did. That was his style. You couldn't mess with him on no level.
Right. Let me ask Chuck this though. Let me ask Chuck this real quick. So Chuck, I am from the group of martial arts watching that loved watching martial arts at home. And in a previous conversation, you mentioned that you went to the movies and saw it in the movies. In your opinion, which style of watching martial arts gives the best entertainment value? Watching it in the movies where you go to the concession stand, you get your little, you know what I'm saying, you get your watered down Pepsi and your stale popcorn that been out there for 2 hours and your juju beans, but you in the theater and you watching it on a big screen, or you at home and your mama frying leg quarters, you know what I'm saying, and you eating pork and beans and franks and leg quarters, and you laying on your stomach in the middle of the living room watching karate flicks on the big TV. Y'all remember Floor Models?
Yep.
You or laying on your stomach in the living room watching karate flicks on the floor model of TV or VCR tape.
This is a difficult question for me specifically because, like I told you, we used to go to the matinee on Saturday, $5, and you watch almost 6 hours, 4 to 6 hours of kung fu flicks back to back.
Back to back, bro.
So for me, I'm saying is it's difficult because my mom didn't let me go a lot of places. Like the library was the furthest I was going by myself
Right.
at like 9, 10 years old, right?
Right.
But because you know, she wanted me to get out and hang out with some friends, matinee. She know it ain't gonna be no like all they showed was kung fu flicks on there on Saturday.
Right.
Like it was never open during the week. You couldn't go in there during the week. It was only open on Saturdays. And it's right around the corner from where I lived on 99th Street. So for me, that was the sentimental value of going to the movie theaters and being with a group of your friends and all of y'all bugging out. And then now walking home, cutting through the park, everybody trying to mimic the moves that they just seen. That was dope. But for my own personal enjoyment, I'd rather be home alone.
Right.
I'd rather watch it on VHS because one thing at the movies you can't do is rewind.
Right.
And I liked, oh, did you see that? Rewind. How did he do that? Yo, I'm not even gonna lie. I thought I knew karate for a while by watching these karate flicks and then rewinding and pausing and seeing where they got their hands. I thought I was skilled until I got punched in the face. An old dude, no, I'm dead serious, man. And this older dude was like, "Hey, shorty, I don't know what you was doing, but don't do that shit no more."
Right.
he was like, "You got to fight." I'm wow, right. Punching in my face. Right. My eyes filled up with water, and that was it.
Right.
That was a wrap. But to answer your question, I'm gonna have to say at home, because again, I have a memory attached to that. Like me and my step pops, to this day, we don't see eye to eye.
Right.
But that was one thing that me and this dude did together, and it was like we weren't at each other's throats when he came in there with them 10 VHS cassettes of kung fu movies, karate movies, and samurai movies, and we'll sit there and we'll watch them from sun up to sundown.
Right.
So I'm gonna go with at home.
And you know, one of the things at home, Chuck, just real quick, Soul Finger, just real quick. I just want to put this in there. When you at home, bro, and it's like you and your brothers and maybe your cousins that live a block over, you know what I'm saying? And maybe your friend from across the street, all of y'all in the living room, man, it's like 6 of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Maybe y'all are like 8, 9 years old, 10 years old, 6 years old. Bro, it's like the weirdest synergy that you've ever seen. Right? It's like, and I think it's akin to how the young fellas now, like Dragon Ball Z, it's like this weird synergy, like you're watching something so amazing,
right,
that you just willing to just sit there and take it all in. Right? And so then when I think back to them days, like I remember the first time, and Lee, I ain't gonna talk you to death, bro. I promise I'm gonna pass the mic. But I remember the first time I had chicken salad was we was watching karate movies. Like we legit had some chicken left over from church. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody don't know. Chuck, what's the thing with you go to church every day of the week? Vacation Bible School.
Vacation Bible School, yes, sir.
So Vacation Bible School, they had chicken left over. They sent chicken home to our house. And we had ate chicken 99 different ways for like a week. Barbecue, baked, fried, stew. By the time Saturday got there, bro, I didn't even want to see a chicken. I would punch a chicken in the fucking throat. That's how mad. That's how. But my mother messed around and made chicken salad and put it on them little townhouse crackers.
Oh,
So it was like townhouse crackers and chicken salad. And we watched this movie called Drunken Master. And we and I know this is gonna tell my age, but we would eat, we watching Drunken Master, eating chicken salad on Townhouse crackers. And I remember this because it changed my life. And we had this thing called lime Kool-Aid. It had just come out. It wasn't grape and it wasn't red. It was green.
Uh-oh.
We had green Kool-Aid, and y'all remember Tupperware, the Tupperware pitcher?
Yes.
And the long Tupperware cups?
Yes, sir.
Bro, we had green Kool-Aid and chicken salad, bro. And I swear it was like the best day of my young life, bro. I remember it to this day, man. I'm 1,000 years old. And I remember having chicken salad for the first time and green Kool-Aid. I know it was lime. But we called it green.
Yes.
Back then, the flavors was by color. Hey, I want some. What kind of Kool-Aid you want? Red. You know what I'm saying? So we saw this thing, Drunken Master, bro. And we saw how this dude was moving and he couldn't get hit. And it was like the most amazing shit you ever saw in your life. Lee, you got any memories like that, bro?
Well, I got several. I'm gonna start from the beginning. Okay. I was fortunate enough. My brother, he worked at the movie theater where we live. In Rochdale. That's where that's where all my family lives. And it's sort of like it's a co-op apartment type thing. When my brother worked in the movie theater, so when my mom or my dad had to work on Saturday, like Saturday mornings or till Saturday evenings, I would have to go to work with him. So I would sit there and I would watch all these movies over and over again. And oh my God, here we go. The first time I ever saw Bruce Lee on screen, double feature. They showing was it? It's called The Big Boss Man, but it's the real name of it. Well, that's the real name of it. But it was called not Chinese Connection, but oh man. Well, anyway, when he was on the ice factory, he was Tong Lu, and he got sent from one part of China to the next, and he couldn't get into a fight because he promised. You know what I'm saying? His mom. It was like that. That's the first one I saw, and then from then on, it was like a spiral. And then I can remember just like what you were saying earlier, like we had a spot on Jamaica Avenue, and it was called Mr. Lee's, and you go in there and you get the whole kung fu uniform. I mean, the button. What you want? You want to go out there and look like you in karate, or you want to look like a kung fu guy? You get either or, and then the Chinese slippers and everything like that.
Yep.
And then on top of it all, this is the icing on the cake. Remember Last Dragon, and you talk about Bruce Leroy?
Yep.
That was my brother.
He was
walking around. He was they used to call him Karate Joe. Right. I promise you. He used to walk around with the kung fu jacket on, with a t-shirt and Chinese slippers, and he'll be running outside our building because it's like a big patch of grass. He'd be out there doing all kind of flips and whatnot, and it was crazy. It was crazy. So that was, and then also too, like you just said, what was it? I said it must have been about 1980, maybe 79, and me getting locked in on Saturdays and stuck there for hours and not going outside. You know what I'm saying? Just stuck there watching drive-in movie theater. So yeah, I can remember them days. You know what I'm saying? Because they only had they had 3 types of Chinese shoes. You know what I'm saying? They had the one with the little wide open part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That you put your foot in. Or they had the one with you put your big toe in and the rest of your shoe. And then they all either brown or it was the cloth bottom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You get them in all different colors. Right. So, because my brother had instead of having 100 pair of Pumas or 100 pair of Adidas, he had 100 pair of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my experience, man. It was crazy.
Soulfigure,
and
you
they're
got,
coming
you
out the
got.
movie theater.
I'm sorry.
One more thing. Or me and my cousins coming out the movie theater, you know, because by the time my mom probably got home, we come out the movie theater jumping off each other, trying to, you know what I'm saying, just like what Chuck said, trying to mimic all the moves and trying to running through the mall at night and whatnot, screaming. It was crazy. We had a ball.
Yeah, man.
Man, my bad, so.
Oh no, bro. Hey, bring back the memories because it's funny because I'm listening to everybody, and you cats are all up there, Jersey and New York, and listen to you and your experience the same as mine being down in the boot. So we used to go to we had a theater downtown. So my moms and pops wouldn't have bought all that because they were older, and I was the youngest. So I got a chance. I got introduced through my neighbors across the street.
Okay.
Would go to movies and stuff, right? So they asked, we're going to the movie, see if you want to go. So I got $5 back in about 79, 78, 79, going to a theater, $5.
Bro, you was rich.
Oh man, what? And the movies, check it out. You get into the movie for 50 cents.
Yep.
So, I got $4.50. Man, popcorn wasn't, granted, it wasn't like going to the mall, the big theater.
It ain't like going to the Regal, right?
So you can get the popcorn like that, but you still get the big bucket of popcorn and everything and your drinks. Everything was cheaper. You get all, So I remember the first time going, they said going to a movies. And we went downtown. That's where they used to have the flicks. And it was 4 movies. They played 4 movies. First one I saw was Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee. And I'm sitting here with my eyes all big, had my popcorn, and I'm just sitting there looking at it like I can't believe this. Because with Enter the Dragon, you seeing Jim Kelly. And we talking about a point in time where you didn't see a lot of us on TV. We always a certain way. We was all pimps, hustlers, cluckers or something like that. But you seeing this brother out here, and the scene when he beat the cop's ass the way he does. Jim Kelly was about that business. He wanted to smoke. So for us to see that, we all hyped. But you watch that, and then it rolled into all these other movies, man. And after that I was hooked. Enter the Dragon was classic. But for me, when I saw them 5 Deadly Venoms,
oh my God,
that blew my mind. Hey, you had long acts, short acts.
Right.
Hey, that was the whole thing. And then you little kids, you always talking, oh, that's me right there. No, I already called, I'm gonna be him. That's me right there. You watching the movies and things, right? So, we watched that and just to be in the theater, them old theaters like that, watching it. So we get home and we start doing kung fu and stuff, fake fight. That's what we used to do it like that. But then when you got cable, remember when you had cable, you had the selector that you had to go, the long selector, you moved the one end real fast to the other, that old school selector.
Yeah.
That's back when USA first started. We started getting USA, and he had Kung Fu Theater.
Kung Fu Theater, yeah.
Man, when you had Kung Fu Theater, able to watch it at home, man, look, and they used to come on Sundays. So we would get in from church. I was able to go in there and watch Kung Fu Theater. And I'm watching all these other movies we were talking about, mainly all of Shaw Brothers, because I still got Shaw Brothers on DVD. I got DVD and Blu-ray here at the house. So my daughter, Bird's like, Dad, I want to watch Kung Fu flick. I said, what you want to watch? I want to watch one of the old ones you watch. I was like, all right, cool. We're gonna watch 36 Chambers. So put her on the 36 Chambers. She wanted to watch another.
Right.
I hit her with the Kid with the Golden Arms to follow up with the 5 Deadly Venoms. Then you had the Drunken Master with Jackie Chan. We were talking about the Shaolin, was it Shaolin Super Ninjas? All that. So, and what Chuck was saying now, I love going when I was a kid to go to the theaters, but I love to be at home to watch them now. Pete, to shout out to the old flicks, then I still watch martial art flicks, man. I'm gonna tell you one of I got a homeboy, weekends on Sundays, we go to the movies. That's our thing. We've been doing that I've been knowing my dog for over 20 years, well over 20 years, under 25 years. We go to the movies. That's our thing, man. Like two old men, we go hit the movies. And
let me ask this.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this about because you mentioned some movies, and I don't want to cut you off. I really want you to rock, but I want to ask a question though. of all the joints that you've ever seen, and I'm assuming you, like all of us, have seen hundreds of karate / martial arts films, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you feel like is best?
Ooh. Ah. See,
The best and most impactful. Best and most.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
you done
say,
messed up, Freaky.
see, you got those. I'm gonna shoot out with some that I don't know if you guys seen. There's two of them, man, that really strike a chord with me. One is Raid the Redemption.
Yes. My
Raid the
bad.
Redemption. Hey, Chuck, as you were saying, if you hadn't seen Raid the Redemption, oh God, Jesus, because that movie there, if you can see movies that they're putting out now, choreographed, they've taken those fight scenes and I've seen them in so many movies over here in states in our movies. They didn't do stuff like that until I saw Raid. And
Okay.
another one is City of Violence.
Okay.
City of Violence, and that movie there. I love it. Well, one is a sentimental thing because me and my boy saw it, but it's the fight scenes and stuff, man. You could tell that it was Western. It was influenced by our movies because basically the best way I can put the synopsis is you had a group of cats that grew up together. They went to separate ways. One kind of got out into the game. One was known around the hood. You know, you don't mess with him. And somebody dies. One guy became a cop. He's coming back trying to find out what happened to his boy, but they had to go through the whole city. And it was like, basically, it was like Escape from New York, Running Man, and the Warriors to Kung Fu. And he had to get all of it, mixed all in together. It's basically ass whooping from one end to the other. People getting hit with a fist in the foot at the same time.
Wow. Wow. So Chuck, what do you think? Which movie you feel like is best, and probably most impactful in your movie watching experience?
Freeze. That's a very interesting question because there are some movies that I can mention that were impactful that pushed the genre forward.
Yeah.
And some of them aren't the best.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't the best film. Uh, okay, so definitely the Raid. The Raid reignited um my thirst for martial art film because I felt like most action films have karate in it,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so the films that I grew up in, I love. That's what it was all about. It was about like I am from the East. I came to fight the best fighter on the West, or from the school of this versus the school of that.
Mm-hmm. Or you kill my master and I gotta get revenge.
Right. Revenge movies are the best when it comes to uh, uh, kung fu. Well, any movie in general, like revenge, always adds something to the stakes.
Right.
Um, uh, that's why people love like Kickboxer and the other movie that was like Kickboxer that had the same actor in it, Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kickboxer and Bloodsport.
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport. Yeah.
So the revenge factor, right? We got to see this guy get even. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh yes, classic.
Visually, bruh. The story, bruh.
Right.
Like it deserved the accolades that it got.
Yeah, it did.
It
Right.
pushed the genre forward. To some people, they believe that is the greatest.
Mm.
It's the greatest because it's the culmination of what was and the new technology at the time.
Right.
Um, But out of all of that, Enter the Dragon was the one that set it off, because that's all anyone who was older than me ever talked about. Like, yo, Bruce Lee is that dude, and then there's everyone else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The scrawny white dude, he already beat him.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So oh man.
It's really hard. It's really hard to pin it down. You know, like you're saying, not to take it from Terry Chuck, just throw this out there. And the reason I went with those two are two more of a modern to bring it back.
Right.
But those classics, you can reach in a barrel and pull out any one of those classics, and I guarantee any one of them has influenced somebody. Because when you say Kid with the Golden Arms,
Right.
you know, or you say Five Deadly Venoms, people lose their hot damn mind over the Five Deadly Venoms.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because it was so impactful. Bruce Lee is the god of martial arts. I think we can all agree on that, right?
No.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know.
You wouldn't say, well,
No.
let me put it like this. When you say martial arts, the first person you think about would be Bruce Lee in a sense, because it
Jackie
started.
Chan. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm talking about because it started with Bruce. I'm not saying if you're watching, everybody when you talk about martial arts, Bruce Lee was like the pinnacle. Is like he's the greatest of all time. But then
He was the standard.
He was the standard. Yeah, there you go, the standard. Then you had Jackie. You got Jackie, but then you forget about Sammo. If those know about Sammo, Sammo Hung, then you have Donnie Yen. So I'm just saying. But when you think about it, I'm just saying Bruce Lee is always, because he's kind of like the standard. Everybody knows it. But now you have Jackie because he's been so prevalent and be able to move through the martial art genre from comedy to action to serious drama with it and all like that. That's what I saw. I'm gonna get out of the way. That ain't mean stretch time, Chuck.
Hold on a second. Somebody else you forgot. There's somebody else you forgot though. So nigga, you got to mention Sonny Chiba,
Well,
Gordon Liu.
Well, you got Mark DaCosta.
Yeah, with Gordon Liu. You know what I'm saying? Those guys, Gordon Liu, I think was, for me, Gordon Liu is one of my up underneath Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying? It's like Bruce Lee, you know, Jackie, you know, then Gordon Liu kind of is in there, and Sonny Chiba, and then you know, I'm not a real big Jet Li. I was never really a big Jet Li fan. So you know, because to me, because that's what I felt like it was getting a little too ridiculous. You know, as far as how they were, you know, doing some of the stunts and stuff like that. I was just like, come on, y'all, that kind of made it really, that's kind of ridiculous.
Well, you know, I would say this about that. Because that was some of the stuff he changed up some of his movie. That's why he came out with that movie, Fearless. That was all him, no stunts or whatever. Because he's like, oh, y'all don't believe I can get down like this? Because they forgot about his introduction in Lethal Weapon.
Yeah, Lethal Weapon 4?
4.
When he dismantled the 9mm out the dude's hand,
man, that blew my mind.
You ain't never seen that like that before, bro.
That blew my mind.
Bro, when he was because he
that was one of those get the fuck out of here moments.
Yeah. Because he entered the stage like the boogeyman. Remember, you didn't know who Jet Li. I mean, most Americans didn't know who Jet Li was until they saw the trailer for Lethal Weapon 4. But let me tell you this though, I bet you Bruce Lee didn't want to see Jet Li in no alley. I know that. I respect Bruce Lee, bro, but he ain't want to bump into Donnie Yen in no alley, bro.
Now, see, I'm gonna tell you, Donnie Yen is actually, truth be told, is probably he's my favorite. He and Jackie are two of my favorites. I love Donnie Yen, dog. I'm a Donnie Yen fan.
I'm in that camp. I'm in the camp.
I love Donnie Yen, bro.
I love Bruce Lee first, though. I love Bruce Lee first.
Bruce Lee was he was the introduction. Because you remember when they tried to do Bruce Lee, Bruce Lee, Bruce Lee, all these other Bruces. But Donnie Yen, that's why I was pissed off about Blade. Because the second Blade, I was more hyped. I was hyped for a second Blade, but I was more hyped that Donnie Yen was in it. And then they cut his scenes. You know, I saw it with it. They cut his scenes because he was like, no, I ain't doing that. So, I mean, Donnie Yen just a bad. He's a bad. He cold-blooded dog.
Let me, Chuck. Can I ask you this, Chuck?
Sure.
Because there are a lot of martial arts movies that we leave out, right?
Mhm.
Because they're not Asian movies, right? But which one do you think is better, Blade or Kill Bill Volume 1?
Jesus. But see, one's more of an action movie with a whole lot of kung fu karate,
right?
And the other was absolutely a nod to
Two martial arts movies,
true martial arts film, right?
Right.
I still watch Kill Bill, all volumes. If I watch one, I've got to watch them all, either right behind each other or within the same week. I'm gonna give the nod to Kill Bill, like the story, the revenge, like I talked about, the revenge.
Yeah, it's classic revenge movie.
The build up, the way it was shot, come on, bro. We watched the whole Vivica Fox fight scene. Vivica A. Fox.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Before she saw her face up.
Yeah.
And it was like it had everything. Had everything for me. So I'm gonna say Kill Bill Volume 1 over Blade.
Can I just say for me, I don't consider Blade a martial arts movie because it was martial arts. It was a comic book movie, and that's what a lot of people don't give Blade his props because they say X-Men it was Blade that was the first. It actually was Spawn, but Blade was the one that blew it open. So I think of Blade more of a comic book.
Blade was Dark Horse Comics, and it was purchased by Marvel. Yeah.
Yeah. He was
it
there.
Saved Marvel.
Yep.
Saved Marvel.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't put them there. I like Kill Bill, and you had actors who they had to train to do martial arts, besides the classic martial artists that was in the movie. You know, you had them in the background, especially when when she went to Japan and had to fight all them over there. When Go-Go had that ball with the spikes getting it in. So Kill Bill was the classic, and that's one of those Quentin Tarantino movies I give him his props on because that was kind of like he took Old West, took the martial arts, he put it together, and he came out with a classic.
Okay, so I want to name two. I want to name two movies that. Well, I got 2 points I want to interject. Like the revenge thing that y'all like. I like that too. It's not the priority for me. The priority for me in a martial arts movie is one man gang. I like one motherfucker in the room,
walking down, whooping everybody ass.
And it's 1,000 motherfuckers just coming in like ants. like the revenge thing. Like when you fight in all the underbosses are tough in a certain style. I get that. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta. It's the 36 chambers method where you gotta fight the underboss and then the underboss's boss, and then you keep going up the thing until you get to the final boss. Yeah, I respect that. I like when one dude is against fire ants, cats jumping in the window, you know what I'm saying? Cats kicking down the door, they coming in from everywhere, and one dude is just like fighting off everybody.
Well, right? you'll love City of Violence then, Freeze. That's your movie.
Yeah, but I think my favorite martial arts movie is so there is okay. So there's a movie with martial arts in it. It's called The Matrix, right? It's got martial arts scenes in it, right? And it's got like when she jump in the air and the camera turn, and you see the pivot, and then you see her do the kick. You like, holy crap! But I think one of my favorites though is this movie called Ninja Assassin.
Oh yeah,
bro. And
Wow.
I'm not saying it to be different. What I'm saying is bro, when you look at how he was raised,
Mm-hmm.
and then because I think Shang-Chi has some elements of Ninja Assassin in it. If anybody ever seen
it did.
how the boy come up or whatever,
Right.
bro. Ninja Assassin, bro. Get the
I got one for you, Freezy. Blood and Bone. Michael John White. That's that Michael. A lot of people. That's a good one right there. I mean, he was putting in work.
Right.
One thing I'll say about Ninja Assassin is another one of those movies that impacted the martial arts scene,
right?
Because there wasn't a movie like that until then. Not like that. Like we've had our ninja movies,
right?
But nothing like a Ninja Assassin. Visually, the cinematography, the game of shadows, being able to disappear, like they were almost superhuman.
Yeah,
superhuman, bro.
And it's like, oh wow, and so that allowed other movies to take shades of that. Like you were talking about, how the kid was, he was stolen, and he was raised the way he was raised, and how they, trained them to be killers. You get that same thing in the Christopher Nolan's.
Mm-hmm. His Batman took elements of that.
Right? So yeah, that movie was very, very impactful. You got to put it on the list of. The story was good too. I think you got to put it on that list of one of the greatest, or it has to be on the greatest.
The cinematography was crazy.
Bro.
The cinematography is crazy. I would say the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and it's another one. I'm trying to think of the name. They came up after Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. The cinematography was different. It was with Jet Li. I can't think of the name of it. But Jet Li was an assassin. He was going to kill the emperor, and he had to tell how he got each weapon. So each time he told a story, told what he did, he had to take a step forward till he got to him. And Donnie Yen is in it, and it's a scene where Donnie Yen and Jet Li go at it in this thing, man, because they were standing in the rain and they were fighting mentally, and they went through a whole battle. Man, I ain't never seen nothing like that ever. The way they were, because Donnie Yen had the long spear. Oh, it was crazy, man. I'm gonna have to get on and pull it up. I got it on Blu-ray, and I'm trying to remember the damn name.
Bro.
Hero. That's what it was. Hero.
Yeah.
That's the name of it.
Bro. So that's what I'm saying, man. Like some of these movies, like for instance, to me, Chinese Connection, Into the Dragon can't be touched, right? They can't be touched because of what they mean to us.
Return to Dragon 2.
Oh, right. Some of these movies, they just can't be touched, right?
Yeah, those good memories and where they were.
But when you think about Jackie Chan, Drunken Master, to me, of all the fighters, Jackie Chan is not the fighter of Donnie Yen, right? Mm-hmm. But watch, it's like saying Donnie Yen is the Kurt Angle of WWE. Like technically, he might be the best wrestler, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Jackie Chan is the Ric Flair.
You know what? That's a damn good one right there to put.
Because Jackie Chan will, when you hit Jackie Chan, bro, he will sell it.
Yeah, he does.
You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, the
Super
movies.
Cop.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Big Trouble and what's the
Big
joint?
Trouble.
And Little
It was,
China.
no, it was
No. He wasn't in that.
no,
You talking about
it
the
was
Big Brawl?
the Big Brawl,
The
No,
big
not the
brawl.
big.
That was
No,
his
not the
first.
big.
Rumble in the Bronx.
Rumble in the Bronx. That's
Rumble
it.
in the Bronx.
That-
Yeah,
That's it. That's it. That's
yeah,
it.
but he had the Big Brawl too. But Rumble in the Bronx, yeah,
Right. But my thing is with Jackie Chan, when Jackie Chan get hit, bro, it feels as if you hit the shit out of him.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas when you watch Bruce Lee get hit, you're like, oh, now Bruce is mad. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, how dare you hit Bruce Lee? You hit Jackie Chan. You're like, damn, I hope Jackie get up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and I'm gonna tell you another one, Freezy. Jackie Chan. I think is probably one that a lot of people. You know, we talking about the old one. Have you seen The Foreigner?
I don't think so.
The
Oh my
foreigner.
The Foreigner. Oh my God,
I
you
saw
got
it.
to see that.
No, I think I have seen that.
Look,
I think I have seen it.
you looking at it because it was more drama. But Jackie Chan, the things he was doing, because he looked like an old, feeble Chinese man.
Right.
And then when that switch clicked, it was a wrap.
Yeah. Yeah. Bro, I ain't in Lee, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. To me, there are different elements that we all like. Like Chuck mentioned, he liked the revenge aspect of it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Somebody got something that they willing to die for.
Mm-hmm.
They so passionate about something they willing to die for. That revenge thing. You dirty rat, you kill my brother. You know what I'm saying? That, bro. To me, it's the one-man gang thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? I gotta save my village type. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like I gotta kill the boss because if I don't, he gonna harm Taiwan or something. You know what I'm saying? But then there are other things like the families, the martial art families.
Families, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The one family got to beat the other to prove their dominance. You know what I'm saying? Like the Yin, like Ip Man.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Bro.
And I'm gonna tell you another one though, and just real quick, freeze to throw out there. Martial art movies, they actually, you know, over there gave women their props.
Yeah.
And you know, people, because you know now you see the scorpion kick, all you know, people doing scorpion kicks now. The original originator was Michelle Yeoh. She was originator of the scorpion kick,
Right.
but they were trying to put it on everybody else. You know, you got her in movies. You know, you got a lot of women in there, and you watch these joints, like you were saying with the family, and moms was out there handling. She out there handling like 5, 6 cats. She taking them down till some cat with an arrow hits her in the back, and you know they got to hit her with like 3, 4 arrows to take her down. After she done slaughtered about 10 to 15 cats.
Yeah, man.
I got something for y'all. This is like more of a Japanese film, but this was one of my all-time favorites, Shogun Assassin.
Oh, silly.
Let's go.
Yes.
When I say I love how the movie starts off first. He gives his son an option, you know, at like 6 months old. Son,
Yeah.
you may not understand me right now, but something bad happened. So you need to choose between the ball or the sword.
So yeah.
And like naturally, the kid went to the goddamn sword, and I was like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? And he's out there. Like I can remember this one scene where they running coming for his dad, and he's sitting in his baby carriage while he's walking him, and he's running with him, and he's pushing him with the baby carriage. And next thing you know, the little boy hits the switch, and boom, here comes these blades and cuts these cat's legs off. Like what the hell? You know, oh my God. And, you know, and what's so crazy is what we don't realize is that was a long running series.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That
Like
was a
Itachi.
long running series.
Just like Itachi.
Yep. It was called. I forgot what it was called. It's called Lone Wolf. Not like
Lone
Lone
Wolf.
Wolf way, but yeah, but it was like Lone Wolf. You know, and like the Emperor's been trying to kill him for years, and he keeps sending everybody after him, and he can't kill him.
They can't do nothing with
He-
him. That's just like
he
they
said-
did another movie like that called Warrior. I don't know if you've seen that. Ron Perlman is actually in it.
Yeah.
I seen it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, they got a TV show now. right now to
We're
this
talking about
day.
Warrior. That's on Showtime. On Max.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
yeah, so I'm Max. But let me tell you something. All right, listen. Let's take this back real quick. The America's first introduction to kung fu and all that stuff like that was the TV series Kung Fu with
Mm-hmm.
David Carradine, right?
Yep.
Right.
Now, the truth of it all is
It's supposed to
that
be
was a
Bruce.
pilot stolen from Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee. Yep.
That was stolen from Bruce Lee. But of
Yep.
course, as racist as America was back then in like the late 60s,
60s and
early
70s. Yeah.
70s, yes, early 70s, they wasn't gonna let him fly with it. So they stole his idea, twisted it up, put this little half breed supposed to be in there, David Carradine,
Put mainstream in there. Yeah.
and put mainstream in there. But now the actual true pilot or storyline is this TV series right now, Warrior.
Okay.
Actually, that's the truth. If you catch that I watch that religiously. Like
Same here. That's my
that's
hey
one of
Friday
my
night. It's
favorite
on.
shows.
It's on tonight. You got to watch it.
Hey, let me
Oh yeah.
ask Chuck this, Chuck. Chuck, where did we draw the line at martial arts movies and Hollywood movies with martial arts fight scenes? Where do you draw the line at? Like, is there a movie that, for instance, for me, I think anything with Steven Seagal in it is that.
Yeah. Yo, thank you.
Right. Look, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, it's not martial arts because it doesn't have that martial arts theme to it. It's just got a kick-ass theme, but the way to do kick-ass is through martial arts.
Right. Through
It's,
arm slapping.
oh my God.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. When I first saw Steven Seagal, I was like, yo, it's a bad dude.
This motherfucker bad.
And then I saw
He got all of us like that.
Then I want to say Hard to Kill was the first one I saw. Then Marked for Death, and I was like, wait a minute, this is his fighting style?
Yeah.
Yo, get this guy the fuck out of here. Get him out of here
right now.
Get him out of here
now.
right now.
Right now, yeah.
Like who, sir? Sir, no. And the movies let me say this. In any movie that came out pre-90s, I feel like cocaine was heavily involved in a lot of these scripts, so that's why none of it really made sense.
Oh, you talking about the blow era? You talking about 81 to 88? Yeah.
Yeah. And they was all on that booger sugar.
Yeah. Everybody, yeah. You talking about, yeah. Or you could say the whole 80s, basically.
Whole 80s, yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of the plots in these movies, they didn't make any sense. But I agree.
Starting from Scarface all the way through Marked for Death. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Freeze had to get that in there.
Yeah.
Basically, when it comes to that, but see, movies where that's a good question, Freeze, because now I'm stuck. I thought I had an angle in which I was going to go.
Well,
rest of the panel, how do you distinguish
martial arts from Hollywood right. Arm slapping?
Yes.
Well, a lot of it is, I look at it like this is just the way I look at it. If it's a true, we talking about true martial arts movie, martial artists, you have somebody that actually knows martial arts. It's not an actor you showed them how to do. Case in point, Iron Fist, the series that was on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
That actor he had no idea about martial arts. They had to train him and teach him stuff. That's why it looked so bad in the first series and got better because he worked on it instead of actually getting an actor who does martial arts. Case in point, Ray Parks. If you don't know who Ray Parks is, Ray Parks was Darth Maul. Ray Parks was also
Mhm.
Toad in X-Men, and he's been in a lot of other movies.
Okay.
A true act. He's a stunt man, got some lead roles and stuff that does martial arts. So that's when I say Hollywood. And also the other thing is Hollywood movies. A lot of the actors don't get punched. We talking about over in China and Japan, all like that, Korea, all those places over there.
Taiwan, especially
Taiwan.
Taiwan. Let's get Taiwan. Hong Kong.
Man,
Let's
look,
give Hong
Hong
Kong.
Kong, man, they are beating 7 shades of shit out of each other. They are literally hitting one another.
Right.
And these are all people who've been trained in the martial arts that do it. They're not actors that's like, okay, I'm at this, you got to go through 6 months of training so I can show you something real quick, and then we keep working on it. So that's how I distinguish it between, do you have real martial artists? Case in point, you had Brandon Lee, man, he rest in peace.
Mm.
He was a martial artist.
Wow.
He was trained in it. He grew up in martial arts.
Right.
Instead of doing what they do, you getting like Finn or whatever his name that was in Iron Fist and some of these other actors they put in to do all this stuff. That's just how I look at it. You know, I go see them, I enjoy them, but I was like, okay, we know you weren't trained to do it.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
At all.
So is it safe to say that all of the Jet Li movies starring or co-starring with DMX is down the toilet?
Yes.
Yes.
All of X fight scenes were horrible.
Him and
Yeah.
Tretch. Don't forget Tretch too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you had those, yeah, and you know what that was about? That was the combination of, look, this is the hotness right now. These are the top artists in the business, one of the hot artists. Let's put them in a movie with one of the big name martial artists, and basically, them colored folk gonna come see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to put Rush Hour on that list too. All
Rush
of them.
Hour was on that list. Yes.
I would
Mhm.
I gotta give you pushback because a lot of those when in Rush Hour, you actually had martial artists in there. You put Rush Hour was the buddy movie. It was the flip version of Lethal Weapon with comedy and martial arts. I can't put it in that category like I would do the DMX and Jet Li, Romeo Must Die, because
Right.
you just had him in there with a bunch of cats. I mean, what sold that was the soundtrack and who was in the movie.
Right.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. Since this, I know that this movie is a parody, but one, I think it had a big impact on martial arts culture, and it is a cult classic,
With Black Dynamite.
Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh, Kung Fu Hustle. Oh man, look,
Oh yeah.
yes, that Kung Fu Hustle and Kung Fu Soccer.
Oh no, I got something for you too. It's even funny. They called me Bruce.
That was a straight parody. That was
That was funny.
Yeah,
But
but
that kind
but
of reminds me of the Kung Fu Hustle.
but I
I
still
think that
consider Kung Fu Hustle a martial art movie. It's just that because you had all those guys. We've seen all those in movie, all those actors in movies, including when they had the couple. We seen both of them in movies because my man that was her husband had been in a ton of Jackie Chan movies. Been a lot of movies with Jackie Chan.
Yep.
There's so much that he was even the big boss. And the wife, she's been in movies where she was actually the villain in some stuff, and she was going against in movies with Michelle Yeoh.
I got one for you. There was an Asian martial artist who came out in between. He was out during the Jason Statham era.
Mm-hmm.
I think his name Chow Yun Fat. Is that his name?
Chow Yun Fat, yeah. Chow Yun Fat,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Replacement
Yeah.
Killers, Hard Boiled.
Yeah, I remember the martial arts in that era of, to me, if you're talking about consistent greatness, I think that era was probably the most consistent great martial art scenes in cinema. Like that's the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon era. That like that 10-year stretch where regardless of what the movie was about, the martial arts was gonna be great, right? Because there were some eras, like Chuck mentioned, the cocaine era, where the martial arts were terrible.
Yeah.
Right. And there was even Tom Cruise had a movie where he was a Civil War veteran and he went
Last Samurai. Yeah, Truck. Go good. Preach, Freezy. I mean, preach, Freezy. Preach.
No. What I'm saying is you remember when I asked the question was like, where do we draw the line? Whether it's a Hollywooded up movie with martial arts in it, or is it a martial arts movie? The Tom Cruise movie.
That's the classic of Hollywooded up.
Bro, Tom Cruise with a ponytail is not Asian, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And see, the thing is basically Last Samurai they basically race swapped it. What I mean about that was you had a black samurai. They whitewashed it, because you had a black samurai. It was actually a black samurai.
All right.
Actual historical facts on that. I know at the time before he passed, Chadwick Boseman was in. He was slated to play the samurai before he passed.
Really?
Oh wow!
Yes, he was slated to play the role. So now,
wow, and so that's why, Lee. That's why I'm asking, man. Like, to me, the essence of the karate flick has to stay pure. Because anytime you Hollywood it up, you know what I'm saying? Well, like, for instance, I'll give you a classic example of Hollywood it up. Rudy Ray Moore, fat ass, and them tight ass clothes.
Man,
talk about he doing spinning kicks and shit. That's Hollywood it up.
and his thrust kick didn't get above the kneecap.
No.
Oh,
and how you doing it with stack heel shoes on and bell bottoms?
That's why I love Black Dynamite so much. If that wasn't what
I loved it, bro. I loved it. Dolomite fat ass.
Oh my god.
When I see every time I see Dolomite doing karate, I smell pork chops in the air.
Oh god.
Dolomite, Rudy Ray Moore doing karate. Even though I love Dolomite for what it is, I love Dolomite for what it is, right? But I ain't Dolomite martial arts, bro. How Dolomite doing martial arts and Jim Kelly can't even get in a decent movie?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Besides doing 3 the hard way and things like that.
Yeah.
Black Belt Jones.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so, no disrespect to Rudy Ray Moore and what he was doing. We know it was parody, but that's parody, bro. That's parody. Or like my son say, it's parody. It's karate, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's karate. You know what I'm saying? But then there are some that are like the essence of martial arts movies. Like to me, Ip Man. And I know Ip Man kind of strayed away from the path. By the time you get to Mike Tyson, bro, I understand they kind of strayed away from the path a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Those are movies.
But man, the essence, bro, the dude is fighting because his village can't even get a bag of rice. Bro, come on, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then you got all these dojos. And see, that's the other thing too. Dojos are fighting against each other for supremacy. Not because they actually wanted to kill you, even though they would, right? But they just wanted supremacy. They wanted that dojo across town to know that this dojo is the best. But then some movies is just, I know it's gonna sound like I'm double talking, but some is just like Steven Seagal. I'm a one-man gang. I'm gonna stand in this one spot, and 50 people gonna come from out of nowhere, and I'm just gonna fuck everybody up with this
without a
one
kick.
punch. Oh my god!
He never threw it. You never seen him kick anybody.
Right? Oh my god!
You ain't see him step on a toe, bro.
Right.
Yeah. Yo, you ain't stepped on a toe.
Yeah.
Right.
What the fuck?
Steven Seagal is the
Oh my
Dusty
god.
Rhodes. Steven Seagal is the Dusty Rhodes of martial arts, bro. Because like when you
Nah,
when
No,
you
no,
I
watch,
wouldn't say.
no,
I
no.
wouldn't say he
Oh
ain't.
man, don't do
Nah,
Dusty
he
Don't
ain't
Rhodes
get
Dusty
that
to
Rhodes.
dirty.
after Dusty
absolutely.
Rose.
Insult to Dusty Rhodes. He was.
No. Hear me
Huh?
out. Hear me out on it,
I'm
bro.
gonna let you. I'll let you go. I'll let you go.
Look at Steven Seagal. Did Steven Seagal ever give you the impression he was in great shape?
Oh, oh no.
Maybe the first movie, the very first movie, that was
Right. Did Steven Seagal give you the impression that he had a series of moves in his bag?
Mm-mm. He
No.
just talk. He always talk like this.
Right. Talk. But
Talk and had a long
that's what
ponytail.
Dusty Rhodes was known for, bro. You know, the plumber's son. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. And when you think about Dusty Rhodes, did Dusty Rhodes give you the impression that he had a move package that he could whip out, or was Dusty Rhodes just tough?
Oh, Dusty Rhodes was tough with it.
Yeah, that's see, Steven Seagal, bro. They the same to me. When I see now, I'm not saying that they look alike. What I'm saying is
I
when
mean,
you think
maybe
about
now. Maybe now.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and no disrespect to Dusty Rhodes, man, but you know, Dusty Rhodes wasn't gonna put people in the sharpshooter. He wasn't gonna set you up with 4 moves that was gonna lead to you coming off the ropes. You know what I'm saying, springboarding
it.
into a DDT. Dusty Rhodes was gonna headbutt you and hit you with an elbow and stomp at the same time. You know,
Damn it, Freaky, why'd you do that?
I'm, yo, he's just not Bret Hart, bro.
Okay,
You know what I'm
well,
saying?
okay. Nah, you made an excellent point. You made an excellent point. You stopped me in my tracks because I was like, man, this is blasphemous. Because we have a sentimental attachment to the natural Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah.
And I love Dusty Rhodes too, bro.
The American
I,
Dream, baby. Dusty Rhodes.
like my uh Saturday. That's what we were doing Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening. We were watching him.
Right.
Everybody in my family loved Dusty Rhodes because he talked that jive.
Mm-hmm.
The
They was like,
American Dream, Dusty
yeah,
Rhodes.
he got soul. He
Yeah,
got soul. His skin might be white, but that one, he got soul.
he got
So,
soul.
but when you think about it, he was very limited, just like the Junkyard Dog,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
guys like that. They didn't have much in their repertoire. Even Hulk Hogan,
Oh, very Hulk Hogan.
Yep. Jake the Snake.
Yeah.
like they didn't. They could do only a certain. Their finishing moves at the time are done 10 times during the match
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Right, a boot to the face and a leg drop, like
I mean, come on, bro. What is that?
like come on, man.
A
So,
elbow across the chest?
yes,
Oh, what?
that's your
No,
finishing. That's your finishing
but
move.
yeah, but you understand these cats are now. These cats are a hell of a lot more athletic versus what we were in the late '70s, early '80s. You know what I'm saying? So
And
Right.
cocaine was a hell of a drug.
Right.
yeah,
Oh,
that's true. You know what I'm saying? Before they got there, they just snorted a half an 8 ball and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Both of
Right.
them.
oh,
So they don't feel them scratching them razors across their heads. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
Oh
Bro,
my God.
I ain't
I
gonna
was
lie to you.
going to
That's
say,
oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
no, go ahead, please. I was going to ask a question. That was it. That's all.
No, the point that I was making about Dusty Rhodes and Steven Seagal
right.
is standing in one place, everybody running into your punches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that and the slapping and he's flipping you. You know,
Yeah.
I get you by your ankle, your wrist, and I flip your whole body, or throw you 4 or 5 ways.
Yeah.
So they they
With
showed
the
him.
trench coat on.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They showed him in like some competitions, like when he was in his 20s, doing that stuff. And I was like, "Yo, bro, you can't fight nobody in real life with this shit. You gotta wait to everybody got to come at you one at a time. Like no one's
Right.
yo. If we're jumping you, we jumping you, bro.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like we all coming. Like we ain't waiting till the first man get knocked out. All right, now it's your turn. It's your turn on Corey. All right, Corey got knocked out. Your turn. So like, all right, hopefully Freezy will bring it home. Like, no, we all come in to whoop you at the same time.
Right. And Chuck,
about to get dog piled.
Yeah, and the thing, the point that I'm getting at, and these motherfuckers was out of shape.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you gonna fight all day and you out of shape? Yeah, and no disrespect to Dusty Rhodes, but look at him. Look at him and look at Goldust. You know what I'm saying? And these dudes, come on, bro. What are we? What
400 or 500 pounds right now.
Yeah. What are we doing, bro? Yo, you telling me I'm getting my ass whooped by Mick Foley all day?
Yeah, you know, when he was Cactus Jack, that was one thing, but when he went on with Mick Foley, that was a whole nother animal.
Right.
Oh God.
And I don't want to change it into a wrestling conversation.
Yeah.
I just wanted to just mention that there is no way Steven Seagal is gonna beat a town full of vigilantes, bro. I would rather watch Roadhouse. Anybody remember the Patrick Swayze movie?
Yeah, Patrick Swayze. Yeah,
one of my favorite movies.
him and Sam Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
Sam Elliott.
Sam Elliott, my fault. Oh God.
But see, that was the 80s thing, you know what I'm saying? They're, everybody, that was it. No, especially when he rips old boy throat out. You're like, oh God, oh God. But we've seen that. We can go back to the Shaw Brothers movie, and we've seen somebody get their throat ripped out.
And, but bro, he didn't just rip the dude's throat out, bro. The dude ran and put his throat on my man's hand.
Oh yeah, well yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
it's not like he did a forward flip over a car dodging bullets and reached down and did it.
Yeah, it's not like you seen an eagle tiger claw.
Right. This dude is getting. It's like when you get power slammed by Kane, bro. Kane not chasing you down. You bouncing off the rope and don't see Kane, and then he catch you. You're like, oh my God, I'm about to get. Come on, bro. Steven Seagal, man. That's why I eliminate Steven Seagal. I
never considered him.
Right. I also wanted to eliminate Tom Cruise.
Oh God, yes.
Jason Bourne, the Bourne Identity.
Yeah, no.
Oh, come on.
Now, listen.
What about Jason Statham and his movies?
But it's different. I was going to say the thing about Jason Statham and the Bourne Identity. Excuse me. So I went to the academy. So I learned like close combat fighting, right? And some of it is like close combat fighting is not an official martial art, but it uses elements of martial arts. So when you see it, like when you blocking punches with your elbow, you're meaning to protect yourself and hurt the other person at the same time. So I understand some of the stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
Right. But bro, when you have a room, it's like 6 goons fighting one guy in the bathroom, and they come into him 2 at a time.
Well, and only reason I brought up Jason Statham, for those that don't know, Jason Statham is an actual martial artist. He's competed. He has belts. He has championships. He's the real deal. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite guys too.
All right, I like him. I like him, but what I'm talking about is classic example. And I love Ethan Hunt, right? I love Ethan Hunt. I love Mission Impossible. But I think it was a Ghost Protocol.
Oh, when he had the long hair.
And did him and the dude that plays Superman are waiting on the dude in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Remember that scene?
Yeah.
And they are fighting him one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And like, if you're a skilled martial artist, you could probably beat 3 dudes at a time, 3 goons at a time, right? If you're a skilled martial artist, right? But especially if you do the Wang Chi, like Donnie Yen, Bruce Lee. They could probably beat Wing Chun. I keep saying it wrong because I don't be wanting to think about Get Down Tonight.
Yeah.
Wang, was it Wang Chung? Get Down
Wang
Tonight?
Chung.
Yeah, I be trying to. But But man, some of these movies, bro, when you see these guys,
You like, man, for real?
yo, come on, bro. Like Rush. I think was it Rush Hour 3 when Chris Tucker is fighting two dudes.
Yeah.
You know that's still Smokey, right?
Yeah.
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 But he's acquired kung fu skills because he's adjacent to a guy that has them. So you be around somebody long enough, some of their habits start to rub off on you. So
Through osmosis, yeah.
yeah.
Through osmosis.
Like Dolomite. Like
Yeah.
Dolomite.
Yeah. Oh God. Hey, I got another Japanese guy. I don't know if y'all can remember. You remember this guy named Yokosuki?
Yokosuki.
He was he used to play in all the those late '80s ninja movies.
Oh yeah, like Ninja Revenge of the Ninja. And all
Yeah,
those. Yeah.
yeah. I was thinking about him. I thought he was pretty solid. You know what I'm saying? Except for when they got the white chick who was in Breaking, Breaking,
Oh yeah,
and then she became a
Revenge of the
ninja.
Ninja.
Oh.
Yeah, I
Revenge
was
of the
just like,
Ninja.
come on now, you kind
Yeah.
of jumped out the window with that. You know what
But
I'm
see,
saying?
that was the '80s though. That's what. Hey, cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
I know.
Well,
What else?
there's another one. I don't know if you guys heard of, ever seen called Chocolate. Basically, this little girl, she was the moms. They were Korean. The pop is from these Yakuza, and they the mobs, and they got together and stuff, and he had to get it. The Yakuza told him, "Hey, you got to leave your family, or you're gonna leave them, or we're gonna kill them all." So he basically had to leave. And the moms, she was like a known killer, but now she's raised. She didn't know she was, didn't know about the baby, and he didn't know about the kid. Where the daughter was she was autistic, and basically she learned kung fu by watching it. It's a Korean joint. It's a Korean joint, and this girl goes off. But the premise of the movie is moms had cancer and they were trying to raise money. She's trying to get money. So this kid that lived with him was hustling, and she could, she see it. So she could block stuff and all kinds of stuff, catch blades, do all kinds of crazy stuff. They were hustling like that, but he was trying to get money. So basically, what it is, they found this book of people that owe them money. So it's like, well, we go collect this money, and it goes from there. So she gets into it from there, and it just kind of clicks. So she's going all through the mob and stuff. So you're talking about the one man kicking ass like that, Freeze.
Right.
It goes like that. She even faces another kid that's an autistic kid, had a weird tick, and he was doing like that the drunken monkey technique.
Okay.
So you may want to check that out. That's another. It's a little. You may want to check that out if you like that kind of style.
We definitely got to do it, bro. I think we probably have to do like a movie review of the greatest martial arts movie ever. Or you probably have to do like a movie review of it. Like what's realistic? Is the storyline straight? How are the actors?
Mm-hmm.
But let me ask y'all, how do y'all like Fist of Fury?
Oh, Fist of Fury?
Favorite movie.
Yes.
Okay.
One of my favorite all time.
Yeah, and the reason, Chuck, the reason why I asked, man, is because I think some movies appeal to us for different reasons.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why Ip Man appeals to me is because, when you watch somebody who appears to have it all of a sudden get it all taken away, and now he got to fight for just the basic stuff just to survive.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And then not only is his life on the line, but he's like the last hope.
For his whole family?
Yeah, and his village, everybody, even his enemies. Remember the enemy, all the people that was, they only, like, for instance, they only respected Master Yip because they couldn't beat him. If they could beat him, they wouldn't respect the Master Yip. You know what I'm saying? Master Yip.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, man, and it also had the elements of cinematography from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all remember this the scene where my man was the little man was riding the tricycle through the thing, and the camera was weaving through the thing with him,
Yeah.
and it kind of gave you the feeling of that, man. Yeah, man. I'm here to tell you, bro. I think Ip Man, the story, and this is just my opinion. I think Ip Man might be the best story ever written in martial arts. Might be. I could be wrong. Do any of y'all have a different story, like a storyline that might be better than that?
I'm not gonna lie to you and say yeah.
Mystery of chess boxing.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
one. I think that was a good one. I
mean,
like what was it the 18 Bronze Men? I thought that was a pretty freaking dope ass movie.
Five Deadly Venoms. Were
Dope.
you learning stuff, bro? Like there's an actual ancient story.
Mm.
they had a story behind it.
Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
asking.
but so I'm going through my head on a few, on a few of them because there's so many movies out there that had because you could always say Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, the story, but the cinematography behind that. I would say, I don't know if you like I said, Hero had a hell of a story to it. What it led up to, even how it ended, because the way it ended, you wouldn't think it was going to end the way it ended. You're like, oh damn.
Yeah, that threw everybody off.
Yeah.
Like I thought the hero was supposed to win.
Yeah. And the way it went down. And then was it the Lotus Hotel? That's another one.
Okay.
Or the White Lotus. Was it White Lotus? White Lotus. I think that's the name of it. I don't remember. I keep getting some of them mixed up because you got so many hot damn lotuses around there.
What about Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon? I love the story about that. I just don't think it's number one.
Well, you know
I
what
think
it
it's
is.
definitely top 3 though.
You know what it is? It's the cinematography on that blue. The story is good, but that cinematography, and then you got to look at the actors they put into the movie. You know that
Mm-hmm.
because that cinematography is crazy. Because after that, you notice after that movie they started doing it over on this side.
Right.
It revolutionized. I say, film wise, it revolutionized how movies are made or shot.
Okay. Okay. Lee, you got you one? Oh boy, Steven Seagal came in there with Lee.
You funny.
He hit him with the screw face.
Oh, let's see, one of my favorite classics. It has to be something from the Bruce Lee era. Just something about them. Like, for example, like you just said, was it Mr. Fury. So why'd you kill my master?
Right.
You hit him with 150 million punches and just left him hanging there. You
Right.
know,
Right.
I mean, I like, I like a lot of the newer stuff, not Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Fearless, but I'm more of a poor English voiceovers. You know what I'm saying? Slow reaction time with the speaking. That's my thing. You
No, I
know,
feel you on that. Those are always
that's
great.
those are classics, and I'm like, like, my wife gets mad at me because my wife she likes karate flicks, but she was more, she got more into it during the Jet Li era, and I was like, I could not get into the Jet Li era because I just hated read the subtitles. I just hated doing that. Like
Right.
I'm trying to read the subtitles, and I'm trying to watch the movie, I'm trying to read the subtitles, and I'm like, man, why they just don't do the poor voiceovers like everybody else? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But mm-mm. I'm stuck in the 70s and 80s. I'm sorry.
I think I'm stuck in Ip Man, bro. I think I'm stuck in Kill Bill, Ip Man era. Because I even watched this movie, and I know it's the Hollywood side of it. But I watched this movie Salt. Anybody ever saw that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Salt was dope.
Yeah, and there was elements, bro. You like, I don't know. And there was elements in the Matrix, bro. I know the Matrix is not a martial arts movie, but some of the fight scenes, bro.
but it took a lot of stuff from it, from martial arts.
Yeah, it's like asking is Die Hard a Christmas movie, right?
Mhm.
Die Hard is not a Christmas movie.
It's an action flick.
It was set at Christmas time though.
Yeah, that's
And then
always
you
been
get-
it's an action flick. It's a Christmas movie. No, it's not an action flick.
It's an action flick, and it's set in. When you see Carl Winslow walk out there, you like, oh yeah, this is gonna be different. But before we get out of here, I just want to ask y'all this one thing, man. And I don't want to set a live grenade off in the room, but I may have to because I don't know if we'll ever be able to have this conversation again. Right? Who is the baddest martial artist that ever walked the planet?
You
Show enough.
over there.
Show enough,
Show
right?
enough. Yeah, show enough.
Yeah, man.
I already know where you're gonna go with this, Freezy, and I'm telling you right now.
No, it's Show enough because Show enough said it. I'm the baddest man. He said it, bro. So I guess that answers the question.
I'm gonna answer real quick before you pull your pin. Before you pull your pin, it's hands down, Bruce Lee. To me, hands down.
Nah, bro. Dragonfly Jones.
Yeah, man.
Hands down, Bruce Lee to me. You know, being serious. And then Jackie, and then everybody else just falls in line wherever they fall in line.
What about the dude from the Boondocks? What's the dude name from the Boondocks?
Oh man, you talking about Bushido Brown?
Bushido Brown.
Bushido Brown.
Bushido Brown.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of that, my favorite. That is my favorite Boondocks episode. So I was watching it, and my kids couldn't understand why I was laughing so hard while I was into it. And I was like, they took elements of some of the greatest movies and made it into a comedy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Flying Guillotine. Come on, man.
Yeah. That's
Hold
right.
up, the whole Jim Kelly aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
man.
come on,
Bushido
man.
Brown. Yeah, man. When you look at bro, when he got hit and he did the Bruce Lee thing to the nose, like,
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Yo, come on, man.
You took that shot to the face. You like, oh Lord, he got Bushido.
Oh, God, boy. Now you're gonna make me go watch Boondocks.
Yeah, man. I gotta throw this out there, man, because I think some guys are very underrated. Like Michael John White is very underrated.
Very underrated.
Right.
Very underrated.
And it's because he's a poor actor.
Mm-hmm.
He's a
you.
great
I was about to say that.
personality and a great martial artist, but his acting is terrible.
It's horrible.
I'm gonna tell you another one. Scott Atkinson.
Okay.
Scott Atkinson. If you don't know who he is, he's been in movies. He was in Doctor Strange, actually, the first Doctor Strange. He was one of the henchmen. He was also I'm trying to think of some up. He's in. Have you seen the last John Wick? The last one that came out.
Yes.
No.
The German guy, the big guy in the suit, the German. That's him. They just put a fat suit on him.
Okay. Yeah.
Is John Wick a martial arts movie?
Nah.
Or is it an action movie Hollywooded up with martial arts stuff?
It's an action movie with martial arts and a lot of gunplay. It's I would say John Wick is what if you love action flicks from the 80s, he just basically took what made action flicks in the 80s and put it in with a story. Because basically John Wick is a revenge story that just kept going on and on. Because you blew up my house, you killed my dog. Now I gotta get you.
Stole my car.
So it's a revenge flick.
Right.
So but it just had all the great elements of the movies that we love. When you think about action flicks, the the Stallone and Schwarzenegger type movies and stuff. That one
Right.
man in the Chuck Norris, that one man can go from one end of town to the other, just kicking ass and shooting and blowing your ass up, shooting the shit out of you.
One man gang. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
one
one
man
we
gang. Yeah,
love the one man gang movies, bro.
yeah, that's what he was. But he was so inventive on how he was smoking cats. Cause you sitting there like, oh damn, I didn't think, oh my god, I never seen nobody get. I mean, he was like, he's already dead, but you shot him again while he was flying through the air. You already blew his head, blew a hole in his chest. Yet you dump on him 2 more times.
Right.
He was already dead.
Okay. So
You know, there's one person we got to bring up in all of this. One brother, Billy Blanks.
Billy Blanks. Yeah, Billy Blanks was the B-rate movie villain.
right.
But a lot of people slept on Billy.
Oh,
Hey, got to give Billy Blanks. I got to give him his props because he was always in B-rates and he was consistent.
Right.
hmm
Terrible actor.
Mm-hmm.
But he know his stuff though.
hmm
Right. Terrible actor. And my thing is Donnie Yen, to his credit, is not really a bad actor. You know what I'm saying? I think I think he moves like a martial artist that's acting, but he's not Jean-Claude Van Damme. Van Damme was, oh my God, bro. I'm like, yo, let me do the acting parts and just let him do the fight scenes.
Yeah.
That's how bad he was.
My brother's American. Why do I have this ridiculous accent?
Oh my God. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Don't do it.
You see, the thing about Donnie Yen, I was watching documentaries and specials, and they were referring to Donnie Yen in movies he's known over here, but he hasn't done a lot of movies. He turned down a lot of roles over here in the States because they were trying to pigeonhole him to certain roles. And he was like, no. When I can do more with my own production and do things the way I want to do it. Because he has so many movies, if you really look at it. Kung Fu Killer. What was another one? He had his earlier movies, Dragon Tiger Gate. I'm trying to remember the one with it was not Hard Boil, but Boiling Point.
Oh God. Yeah, what was
Yeah.
that? 89?
Yeah, with him, because that's when he and Samo. A lot of people didn't know about that. I was like, man. Then he had his, when he started getting others more over here. Legends of the Fist. Black Mass, Legends of the Fist.
Okay.
Of course, Ip Man. And a lot of people want to really try to give him that, but he, who's Iron Monkey.
I remember that Iron Monkey.
Yeah. Dragon. Donnie Yen is In the Line of Duty. He has he has some movies, man.
How do y'all feel about Dolph Lundgren? Is he more action than
action? He's action.
Okay, how do you feel about Bolo?
Man, that's an OG.
Oh, he's martial arts.
He's Boji. That's the OG villain right there, man.
Right.
Yeah. The muscle bound Asian guy that you rarely ever saw, but you saw him.
Man,
yeah, he was like the final boss or something always, right?
Yeah. It was like, I remember the first time I saw him in a movie, man. I was like, golly, he diesel, he buff.
Yeah.
And then I went home after watching Kung Fu Flick, and I started doing push-ups because I want to be
because of him, yeah,
because of Bolo.
Yeah, man.
Matter of fact, his first American debut wasn't with Into the Dragon.
Was it Tom Cop? Was it Tom Cop? No,
it was Bloodsport.
Bloodsport. Okay,
yeah,
okay, I know.
No, Into the Dragon.
Into the Dragon? He was in Into the Dragon?
He was in Into the Dragon. He was the villain in Into the Dragon. Well, I'm talking about big other than since the 80s.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Because he was in Into the Dragon and he was in a bunch of other movies. But Into the Dragon was one, and then he was in was it Bloodsport? Was it Bloodsport he was the villain in that one?
I could be I've been thinking Tom Cop. Tom Cop was trash though. Kickboxer, that's it.
Kickboxer, yeah, that's the one.
Kickboxer, yeah, Kickboxer. Okay, I got you. Yeah, hey, yeah, Bodega, that's it. Kickboxer. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So, hey, man, hey guys, thank you everybody for coming through and rocking with us. I think me and Chuck and y'all welcome to come through for the next conversation. Um, um, the next conversation is I'm gonna sit back and just co-sign everything that Chuck has to say after this one. This one, so we're gonna wrap up right here, but the conversation after this one, y'all stay right here. I'm just gonna reboot, so resend everybody the link, and then we'll come right back. But
No doubt.
the next conversation is gonna be bananas. But thank you everybody for rocking with us on this right here. Hey, man, Soul Finger, you a national treasure, bro. And Lee, y'all make these conversations, Mr. Chuck, y'all make these conversations so easy, bro. Man, I be tapping into y'all. Man, y'all be having so much stuff, bro. Like some of it, because I ain't even thought about Kill Bill being a martial arts movie, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, and then now you think about it, you like, oh snap, it might be better. It might be better than Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Might be. And because that right there, I think if it ain't number one, it's number two. And to be honest with you, I'm flipping a coin between that and Ip Man. But
man, I like Ip Man was something. I mean, that was just on that whole story. That story that's a hell of a story.
You got a lot. You got capitalism. You got competition.
Yeah.
You got a world war. You got all this stuff going on at once, bro. You don't know who the enemy is, bro. Right? You think you know who the enemy is, bro, until the real enemy show up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. But thank y'all for watching, man. We gonna wrap right here, but we coming right back. Peace, y'all. Yo, so Soul Finger,